We won. But is that the right way to put it? I mean, what even is the true Sonic? It's been a topic for debate for about almost the entirety of the series' lifespan. Sonic has worn so many different hats and has been so many different things, yet has changed my and many others' lives greatly. But the funny thing about change is, what changed you will change too. We can try to prolong what we can, but change always comes eventually. Opening my heart to differences early on is one of the lessons I am so thankful for. When change came, I was ready. Now, new things can be terrifying.
This is a good boy. You're less good boy, still pretty good boy though. You're still a good boy. You're okay.
Because everything you worked so hard for can shift beneath you at any moment.
Okay, keep calm. Who hurt ya? It was him! You could tell from the cold, dark stare in his eyes!
Sonic's character, gameplay, and even Sega's business decisions taught me to move forward, innovate, and adapt to change, no matter what version of Sonic we're talking about. The dude throws himself into risky situations.
Time to post my opinion online.
That's pretty par of the course for hero types. But what made the Sonic series different was the developers took the dangerous approach and took risks, just like Sonic did. Even when it failed, I rooted for the series and supported it because it represented creative, unabashed courage and the love for the unknown some people, however, simply cannot handle.
Oh my god, who moved all my stuff?
This wacky approach was played by Sega and Sonic Team from the very beginning of Sonic's inception. This is not a my era is better than yours opinion piece. So please, take a breather and relax before bullying me in the comments.
Sonic Adventure is the best game. Oh god.
Teasing Nintendo through their advertisements, their most popular game at the time, Sonic 1, being bundled with their console, which was already underpriced, time travel mechanics, team mechanics, and exploration-based gameplay. Two polar opposite approaches to storytelling. The first backlit portable gaming console with colored graphics. These are just a few examples of this behavior extending all the way back to the start. Now, we accept that people grow and change along with the friends around them. However, brands are typically used to hold on to at least a small fraction of the past as the world's interests and trends evolve. In other words, nostalgia makes money.
Yay! Yay, Sonic! Yay! Oh no, I lost my ring!
A few moments later.
Interesting.
And so we began hearing a call for Sonic to return to his roots. Once Sega validated one root, it was inevitable that the other roots would feel neglected and forgotten.
I bet you could water the whole garden with that.
This?
Yeah. You can do it. You got it.
What?
The very thing that made him distinct and made him stand out began to unravel him. That's the problem with innovation. There's no playbook to follow when things don't work out. You just need to take a chance.
'Cause there is no circumstance that you can't handle.
But Sega scrambled and fell as they were trying to make strong efforts to capitalize off of the hype following the announcement of the Nintendo Wii.
Oh, I think I broke something.
Fracturing their development team for their new ambitious project, gaming's favorite punching bag, Sonic 06. Love it or hate it, following this was the first time they attempted to return to Sonic's ambiguous roots in a main series title with Sonic Unleashed 2D platforming sections. Regardless of how little it played and felt like classic 2D Sonic, it succeeded for many critics and fans. While Werehog gameplay and, well, concept took the hate, reviewers mostly praised the daytime boost gameplay levels. With review scores plummeting as the early 2000s progressed, with Sonic no longer having his own console, you could feel the uncertainty SEGA had towards the Sonic franchise due to the choices they made moving forward. This is when Sonic began to look backwards in a feeble attempt to move forward. As I was personally caught up in Sonic games receiving more positive review scores and my own nostalgia, I had no idea why it felt like something integral was missing. Easily digestible gameplay took the spotlight, and trudging through the game was less painful, sometimes really fun even. I began to meet many fans over the years that all had a different conclusion as to what was missing. Until...
Meow?
Not even he knows what he looks like!
Contrary to popular belief, Sonic fan outcry was not the primary reason Paramount spent millions to redesign Sonic. It was actually the surprising amount of casual fans that made that shift possible. For years, Sonic looked to veteran fans and other franchises and critics for what to do next, disregarding who the franchise was targeted towards. Everyone. That was the day everyone joined the age-old Sonic debate again. The Sonic movie was the first chance to answer the question, what even is Sonic? The film desperately needed to focus on who he was and couldn't hide behind gameplay expectations. Everyone was so sure the question was impossible to answer. And yet, Paramount were able to somehow define Sonic by giving everyone a solid why Sonic is the way he is. The main message at the end of the movie was to not be afraid to take risks and to stop hiding who he was, to protect what he cares about most. The missing piece. Think of other narrative-based characters. They all have clear origins, and it was time for Sonic to establish his own. Thanks to the success of the movie, the world was finally paying attention to the series again. It was a chance for SEGA to reply to Paramount's answer. And it lined up perfectly for SEGA because by now, SEGA's staff, full of longtime fans, understood the assignment. And now, he's here. A character that gracefully adapts to monumental obstacles, game mechanically, narratively, and in his personality, all at once. In the real world, the monumental obstacle was creating and developing fun, open zone gameplay, developing an environment that is structured enough to create engaging platforming, but open enough to encourage players to explore. In Sonic's world, the monumental obstacle is the frighteningly powerful Titans that are shown to be much stronger than any foe Sonic has ever faced. Yet, he's smiling the whole way through, showing characters he comes into contact with that there is hope to be found, even when it seems like the end. Worrying about the future won't help them solve their problems now. Seeing this optimism slowly influence the other characters over the course of the story brings back the believable, relatable parts of the Sonic storyline. That flow state you reach when you can trust the game's design and gracefully adapt to the level structure as it approaches you, that's Sonic. But that gameplay flow alone can be found in many other games. Sonic harmonizes imaginative narratives and speed-based gameplay like no other. Now, did Frontiers pull it off? Not entirely, but it dares to try. You reach that flow state often, but the overall gameplay and animations don't flow well consistently, taking away from that graceful experience. Narratively, there is a lot of exciting setup throughout the story, enticing us with an even greater obstacle to challenge Sonic's optimism, only for the ending to feel overall less climactic than earlier parts of the game. Regardless, SEGA has given us much more here than usual, and it's only through shining a light on both the good and bad that we will get closer to the best Sonic game. Aiming higher is what Sonic is all about. We all should too. In summary, Sonic being back isn't the right way to put it. Back is the opposite, I think. We don't want to go back to a SEGA that would push for ambition so much that it cripples the creative team. The lessons learned in an era you may not have liked are never worth forgetting. In Sonic levels, there is a path, a start and a finish. You move forward remembering what you've learnt to gracefully continue. Sonic is back to moving forward, looking forward, so we can to what's next.